Hello and welcome everybody. This is the opening race for season 2022-23 in Zwift Baltic. And this year we start with Specialized Zwift Racing League. And today we have a first race. And on a start line we have approximately 250 riders. It's really nice to see such a huge amount for a first race. And this race should be really interesting because today on the start line we can see pretty strong riders, pretty strong names all across the world. For example, we have Sam Vitak from Great Britain. We had Andreas Lill from Estonia, who is actually pretty strong. We have some other riders from Belgium, from France, from Germany. A lot of variety of riders today. And especially I'm really happy to see Lithuanian, Latvian and Estonian riders in really huge amounts. Not huge, but big amounts as if we compare it to last year's race. So big shout out to Specialized and ZZK Cycling Shop for making this race possible and helping with sponsorship and prizes. And also big thanks to Baltic State cycling federations like Estonian Cycling Federation, Lithuanian Cycling Federation, and Latvian Cycling Federation to making this possible and making awareness of Zwift races. So what we have for today? Today we will gonna ride in London, Great London 8. This road is not really hard for the first race, but it should be really interesting because as you can see, we have cut down the B group and we have one big A group and then we have a C group and E group for women's only. And we have 23.8 kilometers today with half a kilometer lead in. So we get a full circle for a race. And about after 15 kilometers, we have 3-kilometer climb with 4.3% increase on a climb. So I assuming this race should be really interesting. We will see some big names pop out now and there. And I think from a start, everybody should go really compact and then closer to the middle, about 10 kilometers, we will see some riders will pull away from the group and we will see how it divides and we should have really interesting finish. So what's different from this year, from last year to this year? So we have a start where all the groups start together to make it more interesting for the stronger riders in lower groups to catch up on the stronger riders. And like I said, also we have A, C, and E group. No B group for this league. Something may change in next leagues after this specialized. So specialized league, we have 8 weeks, 8 races. In about 1 minute, we are starting this race. So 40 seconds till start of the race. If you have any questions or you want to see some specific rider or you just want to chat with me, feel free to use chat messages in Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are watching it. So we are connected in all these platforms. So I can see all the chat messages this year and you can talk and interact with me too. So let's get ready. 10 seconds till 15 seconds till start. I don't know how you guys, but I'm really excited for this one. I was really waiting for this one, and I'm really happy we have so many riders on a start line. Riders from last year who showed really good performance, and riders from this year also, new riders. So we can see some riders are really pushing the start. They want to get away. We have from E group, Johansson. E group is for women only. Pretty strong start. We have some C group riders in front. Small reminder that we will use category enforcements in future, so we don't have some riders who just kind of make a cheat and go on a lower tier race to get a little bit higher. But we'll try to fix it with enforcements on this race. And I feel we are missing something, so I will try to fix that. The background music, I will try to fix that as we fly, but for now we can enjoy how the first group is trying to ride, watching Malo from Fusion. So on the bottom screen, a little bit higher than sponsors, you can see the layout of the map of the route today. So as you can see, after 10 kilometers, about 15, there starts this climb. It's the only climb what can make difference in today's race. So when it comes closer to that one, pay attention. And as you can see, the group is stretching out pretty huge. If you want to get more in-depth, follow what's happening on the groups and what's happening inside the race, you can join Zwift Power and you can follow each and every one rider and see how they're doing on a track. So as you can see, they're stretching out pretty big tail. Presumably it should be C and E group, but we can see some C group riders also getting in a first group. And also I wanted to mention that for the riders which participate in these races, you also get experience. I know there is some races where you can get experience, so this is different. When you finish this race, you get full experience for finishing this road.
Like his other skills are of a decent level, like in that.
So I'm still trying to sort out a little problem with background music, so that's going on in the background. But as you can see, we have still group with approximately 50 riders, first group. And soon enough we will try to join and see what's happening on the back of the race and what's happening with the women's category. As you can see, most of the riders using Tron bikes. For those who don't know what's the Tron bike, you can earn Tron bike by climbing up the hills, and when you make X amount, I think it was 50k, then you can get the Tron bike. And yes, there is advantages for the bike, so each bike has his specific kind of unique option. It's more aero, it's more faster, it's much faster down hills, or you can strafe or draft with it a little bit better. So there's a lot of choices between brands, wheels, frames, so you can combine your own bike. But the catch here is that you can earn inside money when you pedal. Basically, when you use Zwift, when you cycle with it, you can earn your inside money. I'm really happy to see Estonians and Lithuanian riders fighting in front, and we can see some Latvian riders on back of this group, but this is kind of relevant if you are in front or in the back, because the system works a little bit different than in real life. So, but it's really good to see, especially Valts Pauls and Emils Rybaks, who were behind the scenes telling that they don't feel so ready and they feel like they should go in a B group, but as we can see, they are still holding in front of the race. So who knows, maybe they can show us some surprises. Like last year we did some riders who kind of exploded in some races and showed really good performance, and they felt really good. Today we can't see Arvil's Victims. If I'm correct, he's not participating in this race. I hope we'll see Martin Jurgenson's name pop up soon. He's Latvian national esports cycling champion for last year. So we'll see what performance he shows us this year. Okay, so background music is fixed. Would it be good if anyone can tell me if it's not too loud or if it's like perfect? So Yanis Onyx saying hello everyone in the chat. Hello Yanis too. I was hoping to see you on a race today. As we can see, the group is getting smaller and smaller. Let's see from the top. Yeah, it looks like there's approximately 30 riders. We have a big rental, some Estonian riders. I really will try to pronounce their names properly, but forgive me, viewers, if I'm doing it wrong. But I will try my best to do it. And now I think it's time for us to check what's happening on the back of the grid. So if we move a little bit, all those Reeboks is in first lines. That's good. So we have a chaser group. Milch. So I think I saw Knotscombe was here. It's a pretty small group, 15 riders, but it's possible to catch up for front of the group. And then if we are looking from backside, nobody's trying to catch them. So we can see Laurus Parps, who was last year, he was doing really well in the B group, showing good performance. So they're chasing the front of the group, and the gap is 6 seconds now between them, and now we have to jump a little bit back. So we have 22 seconds solo rider, as it seems. Now he has some group behind him, and now we can see that it's spreading out between smaller groups, and actually that's pretty good for most of the riders if they think they don't want to participate in these races because they will be cycling alone. So that's misconception. You will always find a strange group for yourself. If you don't want to kind of race for the prize, you just want to ride for yourself, so you will always be able to find someone in your strength group. And it's really good if you give them thumbs up or just add them as a friend in Zwift. You can then connect it, use Zwift as communicating, and make group rides or just practice together, so you can make your own friendship inside of Zwift. And it doesn't matter if he's from your country or some other country. So that's kind of cool in these races. So let's try to find someone going before Box Hill. So you can see some riders are already pushing out the powder before a hill, and they are already pushed to their limits, but that's understandable because this is first race. Nobody's prepared for this. As we know, Zwift races are much harder than actual races. That's why they're shorter kilometers and smaller amount. So Marius Karolkevich saying that there is no separate start for C, any group is a fail. So we had this community chat where everybody who wanted could tell his own opinion, and the vote was that we need to start everyone together, because then it was too big gap for live stream, and also some riders can use their own potential to kind of try and catch and jump in next groups. So this year, for this race, for this league, we decided we will make start for all groups in the same time. So for the next league, what's coming after Specialized, feel free to join the vote, and we will make it as riders want it, because we make it for the riders, not for anyone else. So we will make this race as everybody wants to be. So we can also see some A group riders falling back on this race. Some riders from Holland. This is a pretty big group. They could possibly catch some riders who are falling off front groups. There will be a lot. And we can see, yeah, here we have some riders who are riding solo, sorry. Then there's chaser group 7 seconds behind them. And in Zwift, cycling solo is really hard. You have to have really good legs to try and run away. So, Uzane, first from girls. What a surprise. Good job. I didn't... Oh, why she's showing only second? Okay, she's maybe not the first, but she's first for now, because there's some glitch in Zwift. Sometimes it happens when you have these crossroads, and they're like really close to each other. So yeah, now, as we can see, 113 overall, so we'll see what's happening with the girls, because I have a suspicion that we have one cyclist from Denmark. She went away with the A group, but we will check with them when we get a little bit closer. So if we're looking from girls who are cycling from Latvia, no big gaps between them. They're kind of together. Oh, also Einar Zebers, he's a veteran cyclist, well known in Latvia, also participating in this race. Happy to see him. Good start. Also Jürgenssons, not the one who won championships. So let's try to jump back to the front of the race and see what's happening there. So we're back in the front group and now watching Artur Sisalatins, who is one of the pioneers for Latvian Zwift. He has made a big fundamental impact for these exact races here. 4 years ago he was like, let's do this, can you make it? And we did, and we made it. So, and he's really into Zwift and helping however he can to support these races. So big shout out to Artur Sisalatins. We can see some riders are already, come on, work, we can do this. So we have one front leader now going 6 watts per kilogram. By the way, if anyone is thinking how we determine if anyone is cheating or not, so basically the rules haven't changed as they were last year. So we have one check is Zwift Power, which checks all the data about the rider. But if we get really suspicious and we think Zwift Power didn't catch something what we saw, then we can ask rider send us proof. So for the next race he has to make dual recording and prove us that he's legit rider. If we can't get the proof, disqualification. So last year we kinda allowed to do it also on the next race if we forgot something. So this year it will be really rough. No dual recording when we ask, disqualification. No questions asked. So what happened here? 15 seconds. Gap 15 seconds. All of a sudden. Or it was a glitch in a matrix. So this is the funny thing about London. When you go on the streets, there's always this glitching between racers and showing proper placement. But when we go farther on the race, it should be fixed. So now we can see that first riders have crossed already 12 kilometers zone, and they're really pushing to get to the climb. So as a first race, it won't be long, approximately 40-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more for women to finish. So first race is a warm-up, and I think for our next races in the next 2 weeks, we should see more increase with the riders in our races. So stay tuned, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, if you're not doing it already. So as I mentioned, we have 8 races, 8 weeks. Riders have to participate in 6 of the races to get the points. The rider who gets most points is the winner of this series. So this series, main sponsor is Specialized. So all the prizes is from Specialized. And the point system has been changed how it was last year. So now we are giving 1,000 points for first place, and then they decrease properly for each placement till 10th placement, and then it's just 1 point off for each individual. So it will be much better for riders from across the world to get points, because we don't count only 10 or 20 or 30 first riders, we count all the riders. So every rider is in a race, and everything can change in these 8 weeks. So if you are getting in a race, just continue racing every week, and who knows, maybe you can take the first place and get a big prize from Specialized. Artus Kazakevicius, also a loyal member of this race, also last year showed really good performance, also really active, communicating with the Zwift.lv administration about how to improve these races and helping us to reach more riders from Lithuania. Shout out to him, also a really cool dude. And we can see we have 18 seconds already. It looks like 3 riders have pulled away. So Fabian, a plus rider, participated in 198 races. 51st level in Zwift. Pretty strong rider. If you're checking his Zwift power races, he's pretty much participating in every big event on what's happening in the Zwift world, and I would say not so bad. Mostly he's in a top 10 in his categories and leagues, so pretty serious rider, and he's setting the bar for every other rider in this race. And I assume this season, especially in this league, in Specialized League, we will see a lot of riders from his caliber who are really strong and prepared for this season. But I think the gap between these kind of riders will decrease when the season will go on, because in Baltic states the winter will come in, and outside cycling will be less and less. So more and more people will go indoors, and will start to prepare for indoor season, and will get stronger and stronger. So we could see smaller gaps and probably not so fast attacks in races. Also Matthias Lisan from Fusion team. Former rider from Continental cycling team. So also a force to be reckoned with. Had a professional career from 2016 from 2010 to 2016. So the biggest season was 2010 with the most races. So also ex-pro. Have had almost more than 5,000 races in Zwift. So this guy's basically living in a Zwift. So no wonder he's now pulling in front. But as we can see, the chasers group are decreasing the gap. It's 7 seconds. So probably in the chasers group, someone is like, go, 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 man. We have to push this a little bit higher, a little bit harder. We have to catch them. And it's no wonder that the big group will catch them off, because you have this drafting effect when you can get a rest in this group. And also we can see there is a pro rider in the chasers group, Archibald. I think Jacob Archibald, who's pretty much, I think, sorry, John Archibald, who's pretty much pushing this group. Also strong A group rider. Not so much races, but also making his word known in big stage of the Zwift with good results. So it's sad we can't see the replays, but I think he was one of the riders who tried to get away from a group when they were doing the first attack on a group. And also we can see, yeah, that this climb, this 3 kilometer 4% climb, now we can see in this place it's 5%. The A group is stretching out like hell. Like I told, this climb will destroy some legs, destroy some riders. This is the first and only hard point in this track. They're halfway to the mountain, where places will determine, the placement will determine. We will see who comes first, who has saved his legs. And interesting thing in Zwift, it's not in real life, if you go uphill you still get drafting. So if you're in a group you can kind of rest your legs, but you're potentially falling back from front row, and you have to kind of figure out if you can save your strength, so on a downhill you can catch the front, because there's only 4 or less kilometers to finish line, and downhill goes pretty fast. So we will see finishers pretty soon when they finish this mountain. Dawaj, dawaj, Arturas, biking music from YouTube. So we can see someone is attacking, trying to make attack. Andrei Gucek from Bike Shine Factory, but not so great. Also Canadian rider joining. Charles Asselin from Velo Optium esports cycling team, and also Archibald. John Archibald is here. He's letting them know I'm also a professional cyclist. I want to fight for the first win of Specialized League. First race for Baltics. So 9 riders are getting ready to roll down this hill and to fight for podium, fight for first 3 rows. Like I said, the finish should be really interesting, and we can see this will happen with these strong riders. It's sad that we don't have not Lithuanian, Estonian, Latvian riders who could fight for this, but like I said, we will have many races this season from year 22 and 23, and I bet you they will pump up those legs, and they will show them on the next few races that they're also on pretty high level and they can make pretty good fights. Okay, so now we are going on a downhill from here on. everything will go really fast. 18.7 kilometers already finished in less than 30 minutes. Also something new for next event, not specialized, but for the next one, we will have Hill King and Sprint King, 2 sections, so you will be able to earn your regular points for participating in a race, but the riders who win the climb or make the fastest sprint in that section or that road we have these sections will earn additional points to their event points. So that will be also a place where to see how riders fight for the points, and sometimes it should be really strategical. Also, there is no secret, we will have individual races this year and some combined races with both of them. Oh, 9.6, 11, 12 watts per kilogram. Jesus, they're not joking, they're going all in. All of these riders are really strong riders on Zwift community, and they have pretty good rankings, and they're taking this really serious. This is not a warm-up for them, this is not the first race, this is real deal, and they want to make it a real deal, and they want to make a first victory in this race. So we can see speed is 71 km per hour. It seems unreal, but this is Zwift and this is London and Zwift, so everything is real. And for those ones who are just tuning in, we are 20.1 km in a race, and we are going downhill, and after downhill we have this really small climb. I don't think anyone will feel it, and then we are going on a finish line. Sadly, we don't have any rider from Baltic states in the front lines, only like 20 seconds behind, so that's the chaser group. And in front we have 9 riders, really strong riders, and they're moving really fast to the finish line, and the fight looks is on. They're really prepared. And before, on this small up climb where you have to kind of cross over the bridge, we could see like 12-13 watts per kilogram. That's crazy amount of number and huge power inputs, but for these riders I think they can handle it. So yeah, this should be really interesting fight. Also a rider from Italy joining, Riccardo Panizza from Team Italy, Castel. Oh, this is really hard actually to follow these riders. They're changing so quick. I hope I won't miss who is winning the finish line. And remember, a few years and few races we have the problem that we could see the finish line, someone crossing the finish line, but Zwift kind of calculated the time a little bit different, so it was like an optical illusion, and a Zwift finish, and actually it was someone else who won the race. So as always, all results will be public in a few days on Zwift.lv. Website is in English, so anyone can check it out, and all results will be published there. So don't believe fully on my predictions, my assumptions, and what I'm saying here about results. They can change, they can vary. Also, Zwift Power is doing its own job, sometimes disqualifying some riders from a race. And now this is the small uphill up climb what I told about, so where they have to get past this and then it's just all in. Simon Nordach leading the race for now. Oh, this will be really interesting. This will be really interesting. You can see how they manage their wattage, like trying not to fall back, and also in the same time maintaining drafting, so to kind of not pump out all the force from her legs, saving some breath for a finish. Finish is coming really close. For anyone wondering where you can see the finish line, so on the top right corner there is a mini map, and you can see finish line will be marked with the blue line, so that's the finish. And we will see E group's finish. We'll try to switch fast back to C group to see the C group's first riders. But now we are focusing on A group. Fabian Geyer in first. Okay, we have attack from Andre. Will he make it? Okay, watts are pumping. 12, 11, 14. Okay. So Fabian is going in. Fabian is passing him. Oh no, it's Seaman. Yeah, Seaman in front for now. And will he be first? Yes, Seaman is first, Ricardo is second, and Andrei Gucek is third. So that's the first three riders. I will wait for Zwift.lv to update this result, and I will try to inform you how in exact order they finish the race. But it should be like they finished now, nothing should be changed, because the gaps are actually pretty big. And now I'm trying to catch where we have a C group riders. So when you have divided groups with each individual start, then I could it was easier for me to switch between groups, and I could see in which exact position they are. But I think we have catched the front. So we'll try to catch. I'm sorry for the jumping on the next race. Okay, they're going already on the finish line. Sadly, I don't catch the C group, so we will fix that for the next race. Switching between the riders. So while we're waiting for full results on the C and E group, we'll try to switch to women's. So for women's we have 8 riders. Looks like Eva Uzana is leading the race. So Eva Uzana at 19.7 kilometers in the race. Closest follower 6 minutes. That's what I can see from Zwift.lv. Okay, Zwift.lv updated wrong information. No 6 minutes, there's 6 seconds. And it's Diana Spiridowska now in the first place, and Eva Uzan is following her. So we can see some changes have been done, and some damage, you could say, have been done to the legs on uphill, and Diana Spiridowska has overtaken Eva Uzan. So now Diana in the first place, Eva Uzan in the second place, and Shazbat from Great Britain in the third place. So I don't want to lie to you, but Zwift.lv is telling me it's like 7 minutes, but maybe it's also 7 seconds. But it shouldn't be 7 seconds because we can't see her in the list. So I will assume so this number is correct. So it's 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes behind Diana and Eva. So we are waiting for results for a C group and watching the girls fight. For men it should be really interesting. That's what every man wants to hear. And also about the point system for Climb King and Sprint King. Yes, it will go in each group, not only for one individual. But like I said, this is not in specialized Zwift League. This will be on the next race event what we have. And Ozan has decreased the gap from 6 to 2 seconds on this downhill, and she's pushing 4 watts per kilogram, and she's catching on. She's catching Diana. Let's see, will they both survive this last small climb section in the metro house? For me, this is actually pretty hard when I go on this road. It kind of, for a last time, it tries to push your legs. Zana now in front from Latvian Cycling Girls. By the way, Latvian Cycling Girls, the biggest cycling community in Latvia. It's like girls only. So ladies, if you want to join them, Facebook page Latvian Cycling Girls. So Spiridowska 2 seconds behind. Looks like, yeah, there's no juice left. And also you are like watching, she is riding 4.5 kilos per watt and Ozana is 3, but Ozana is going faster. That's the difference, that's the change in weight. So that's why we need proper inputs about your weight and information. So that's also a thing that we can ask to you if we want to prove. And we can see Diana, she's really strong on a climb. She's trying to get away from Ozana. She's pushing it. So Diana is a little bit stronger on the climbs than Ozana on flats. Interesting. This looks like fight of the Titans. 22.9 kilometers. Okay, so we have results from, but these are unfiltered results. Okay, no, I'm wrong. These are not results yet. They should be in the next 3 minutes. There's also starting a new season, preparing everything and getting this wheel going, like how to say, pedal it in with live streams. So I have to adjust everything to make it work pretty smooth. So it's first race for riders and also first race for me. So with every race it will get better and better. Diana and Eva still cycling together. Battle of the year. It's really hard to tell which one of them could win in this first race. I think they both can push out some extra juice, some extra power to go for a finish sprint. And I hope they will really do that. It would be really interesting. Oh, so Diana is going. Diana is pushing a little bit away. Ozana, 1 second gap. And finish line is really close. Ozana, you have to do something if you want to make it happen. But it looks like she don't have the power anymore because she has done it all. Second place is also a good place. And we can see Diana Spiridowska taking the first place in women's category. Eva Ozana second place. So now we just have to wait for results from Zwift Power. Okay, finally we have them. Like I said, so A group, first position, Simon Nordach Svensson, Kalles ESRT team. Second place, Riccardo Panazza, Team Italy Castelli. And third place, Andrei Gucek from Bike Shine Factory. If you are looking on a closest competitor from Baltic states, 11th place, Estonia, Andreas Lill. Then 12th place, Martin Jürgensons from Latvia from Team LV2 Max. And really nice 14th place, Artūrs Kazakevičius from Lithuania. Nice to see, not so far away, just 10th place. In terms of time, it's approximately 16-14 minutes. Like I said, that will decrease with the time, but it's really high gap. It's like for first start they made this the step for the riders really high, and it's really good to see so high and competitive riders in the first specialized race of this year. So we're getting some results for C category 2. For now I can see only first 2 places, so it's not updated fully, and like I said, these results may change when Zwift Power will do this filtration. Then after 2 days I will post the results in Zwift.lv and you will be able to check full results, official results for this race. So for the C, for now, first place, Arnis Ragozins from Latvia. Second place, Nils Holgersson from Germany. And now we're waiting for the third position on C category and all rest of the positions. And third place, Lauris Parups from Team Parups. Good job. The gap is only 1 minute and 52 seconds, and the second place is 1:33. So there has been a gap of approximately 20 seconds between riders on the finish line. So for C group, kinda interesting. Really, we can see a lot of riders from Lithuania and Estonia, probably all strong riders in A group, but most of the riders from Latvia. And for E group, we already saw Diana Spiridowska first place, Ieva Uzana third place, and for now we don't have third position, but like I said, you will see in Zwift.lv. Thank you everyone for watching. Join us next week, same day, same time, and join us for a second stage for this race. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. So see you.